So I'm sitting here at Biddeford, Maine, Marie Joseph Spiritual Center, and it's a beautiful morning. I'm alone on the beach. 7 o'clock. Not many here, which is nice. Seagulls are walking along, catching all their stuff, enjoying their solitary walk. And I want to talk about disappointment and expectation, because I've been here, this is my third year, and 2 years in a row it was pristine, clear beach, morning walks finding seashells and treasures, and being able to walk in the water. And when we got here this year, apparently there's been a really big storm a few days ago that, well, before 4th of July, one of the sisters said that really ravaged the sea. So when we got here, expecting our pristine beach to walk along and being able to play in the waves, what we found instead is a beach full of seaweed. Now, if you can see, it's everywhere. Down here, there's a little less, but where the retreat center is, it's everywhere. You can't walk in the sand without being in the seaweed. Now, when we got here, we were both really disappointed at a few things. We didn't get our oceanside rooms. It's okay, would have been nice to sleep here in the sounds of the ocean. And then we came down to the beach and found all the seaweed and flotsam and gypsum littering the beach. Lobster cages, people's garbage, rope, seaweed, seagull poop. And it was disappointing. So I spent yesterday being disappointed. And the more I thought about this morning, I was thinking that the thing that set me up for the disappointment was my expectation of what I wanted to see and what I had experienced before here. Expectation can get you in trouble. It sets you up for disappointment. It is a setup. And when we expect things to be as we want them, as we remember them, as we need them to be, maybe, they aren't always, are they? So I'm walking along the beach this morning. I'm looking at all this seaweed. It's littered. It's everywhere. It's deep. You can't walk in it. Well, you can, but it's gross. It doesn't feel very good like a nice, soft, sandy beach. And all I kept hearing in my head yesterday was, it's an illusion. It's an illusion. It looks dirty. It looks littered. The water doesn't look crystal clear. It looks dirty. That's what it appears to be. But the truth of it is that there's beauty in the litter. There's beauty in the fallout. Symbolic. My life has been, in the past couple of months, a lot of litter and fallout, a lot of chaos, a lot of crazy, a lot of good, a lot of good. But things are falling away. Things are rolling in. Things are dirtying up my beach. What beach? I live in Vermont. There's no beach there. Not Ocean Beach, but the beach of my soul. So the more I looked at this morning, if you look past it and stop seeing the dirty and the clutter and the litter and the mess, I started to find some little treasures in it. I found little seashells, little sea urchins, and seagull feathers, which I am wildly attracted to this time. Now, normally it's all about the shells for me, but this time it's all about the feathers. So I've been collecting feathers, picking it out of the seaweed, and symbolically for me, that's huge. I'm picking the beauty out from the dirty and the cluttered. Yesterday when I was thinking about it, I kept asking, what do you want me to know right now? And I kept thinking and asking, but it's dirty. And I heard, look further. So I looked a little further out in the water, and I said, well, it's still dirty. And I heard, but look further. So I did. And once I got my focus off the beach and off the waves that are rolling in, looking actually like there's mud or dirt in them, further out, as I looked further, it's clear. You see, behind all the dirt and the chaos, behind all the crazy, eventually, if you look far enough, it's clearer. And when you can stretch your view further out, maybe beyond where the crazy is and where everything looks bad and not pristine, you can gain a bigger understanding, look past the chaos, and find where it's nice and crystal clear and calm and pretty and peaceful. That's what I'm working on right now, because personally for me in my life, there's a lot going on. So here's what's going on. I have got a job, a business, another side business. I'm working on getting another job. I need a new home to move to. I have a month. There's nothing available that is either affordable or big enough for my family or available. Just this week, my basement has exploded again in a torrent of poo. My septic backed up and it washed up into my basement, and I can't sleep in my bedroom anymore because my bathroom, yeah, well, it's fixed now, but it's taken days and it's been stressful and it's trying, and I've got all this stuff on my mind. So the beach of my soul has been recently littered. But here I sit to the sounds of the oceans, and you can see the waves behind me, and the ducks and the seagulls on the horizon, and I'm finding a little peace, and I've needed it really bad. And I think I have to think about my expectations, and not just mine. I think this is something for everybody. That when you're in expectation, we're just setting ourselves up for disappointment. But look, there's beauty out there if you look further. It's really pretty out here, even past all this seaweed. Look, see it? It's everywhere. But out beyond, when you look further, and you look further, and you look further, it changes. I expected this to be a pristine beach, absolutely peace and calming. I expected to be able to get in the water and collect beautiful big white seashells to paint ocean scenes on. And I expected to sleep in a room with ocean sounds outside my window. And I expected a lot of things out of this trip. Instead of being willing to just let it be what it is, in my expectation, I was trying to control and manipulate it. And I got disappointed. And it didn't feel good. My friend Jen, she was disappointed. And it hasn't felt good. But we both, tried to take a deep breath and see the beauty behind it and what the lesson is. And I think for me, part of the lesson is not being an expectation, being an acceptance. Acceptance of whatever comes is appropriate, is necessary, and is beautiful. So my big aha moment that I'm having right now, this minute, is I needed, maybe, this beach to be littered with seaweed to teach me a lesson. I love the lessons. I do. I get tired of them sometimes, but I do love them. When they come, they're big. So, and I think what I needed to get out of this and what I'm taking from this morning as I'm sitting on these pretty rocks all by myself is that lately my life is a tangle of seaweed. But what happens in a storm, especially at the ocean? A raging storm that tears up the sea. What happens is that whatever is not firmly rooted, not healthy, not strong, gets torn up. It gets broken off. It gets ripped out and ripped away. And that's what's happened to the seaweed, because the seaweed I'm finding, it's not green and healthy. It's brown and it's weak. It's not strong. It's not well rooted. It's maybe no longer necessary. It's maybe time for it to be cleared away so that new, fresh, healthy seaweed can grow in the ocean and feed all these beautiful sea creatures and the sea life and wash impurities from the earth's blood, which is the ocean and the water. Just like my life. All the things that are no longer healthy, necessary, helpful, peaceful, joyful, strong, all of those things are being washed away and are washing up with the waves on the beach of my life. And I need to walk along that, and we can all do that, and look for the little treasures that are hiding under that. And know that things that no longer serve you or no longer wonderful, even if maybe they were at one time in your life, need to wash away sometimes and wash up on the beach to be picked over and cleaned up and then washed back out to sea, leaving a fresh new landscape and a new pristine beach. So today, or whenever you hear this, if you hear this, look at the litter. Look at the fallout that may be disappointing. Pick through the seaweed. Pick through the clutter and find the little treasures that are hidden there. Ask what now? Or now what? Listen to what you hear and trust it. And when you think, but it just looks dirty, look further. And if it still looks dirty, look further still. And keep doing it until you can look past the dirty part. And let the dirty part be your disappointments. But keep looking and keep stepping it further and look further and look further. And eventually you'll get past that part and you'll find the pretty part again. You'll find the clean. You'll find the peaceful and joyful. Look, it's out there. Look further. Way out on the horizon if you have to. It may be miles and miles away. But if you train your eyes on it and you broaden your view and you widen the angle of your lens, it's out there. And it's coming. It will come at you because see all those waves out there? Look, they're way out. They don't stay out there. It's always changing and it's always moving. It always comes at you. It keeps coming, and look, just as I'm saying that, the sun is breaking through the clouds, shining on the beach, illuminating the waves and the water. And you know what? When the sun's not shining on it, the water looks dirty. It does. And I still see it, even though I'm looking further. But when the sun comes out and shines on it, even that which is cluttered becomes magical. The sun shining on the top of the water. I don't see the dirt under it. I don't see the seaweed rolling in or the dark brown water. I see the sun shining on it. And I see the magic and the beauty, and I see past the illusion. So that's what I have to say today, and I hope this day brings you some beautiful insight, and I hope today you can look further past the crazy and find the magic, because it's out there. It really is. Now it's almost time for breakfast, so I am going to wander back to my chair. And I feel peaceful. And I hope this brings you some peace and some comfort. I love you, and I'll talk to you soon.